What if I told you that every time you take a bite, whether it's a crisp apple, a slice of pizza, or your favorite comfort meal, an extraordinary battle begins inside you? One that decides not just how long you'll live, but how well you'll live. Inside your body right now, an invisible world awakens. Armies of enzymes, rivers of acids, and billions of microscopic workers rushing into motion. Your organs become conductors of a symphony that's been playing for millions of years. But here's the twist. This same ancient system that's kept us alive for centuries is slowly changing with age. And the way you eat, especially after 50, can either keep your body young or silently tear it apart from within. Welcome to How Food Works. Today, we're taking you on a breathtaking journey through your body, from your very first bite to your very last cell. This is what really happens inside your body every time you eat. Think about your favorite meal, maybe something you've loved since childhood. You lift your fork, take a bite, and your body instantly remembers. Your brain recognizes the smell before the food even touches your tongue. That scent alone sends a signal through your nervous system, a spark that lights up your salivary glands, your stomach, even your pancreas. Your body is already preparing for what's coming. Inside your mouth, your teeth begin their mechanical work, crushing, tearing, and grinding each bite into smaller pieces. But something even more remarkable is happening. Your saliva isn't just moisture. It's chemistry in motion. Every drop of saliva contains amylase, an enzyme that starts breaking down carbohydrates, even before your food reaches your stomach. It's like a small factory, hidden in plain sight. Have you ever noticed how bread starts tasting sweeter the longer you chew it? That's not your imagination. That's amylase turning starch into sugar. And while you're enjoying the taste, your tongue forms that soft ball of food, the bolus, and sends it down a perfectly engineered muscular highway, the esophagus. It only takes about 8 seconds for that bolus to travel from your throat to your stomach. But the journey is surprisingly dramatic. The esophagus, a flexible muscular tube, moves your food downward using rhythmic contractions called peristalsis. Even if you were standing on your head, yes, literally, your body could still move that food into your stomach. At the end of that tube lies a tiny gatekeeper, the lower esophageal sphincter. It opens just long enough to let the food in, and then clamps shut to stop acid from coming back up. When this valve weakens with age, you might experience what millions over 50 know all too well: acid reflux or heartburn. That burning sensation? It's not really your heart. It's stomach acid escaping where it doesn't belong. But don't worry, your body has more defenses than you think. Now the real fireworks begin. Your stomach, roughly the size of your fist when empty, expands like a balloon as food arrives. Its inner walls, lined with folds called rugae, stretch open to welcome the feast. Then your stomach releases its most powerful weapon: gastric juice, a mix of hydrochloric acid, enzymes, and mucus that can dissolve almost anything organic. To put that into perspective, the acid in your stomach is strong enough to melt razor blades. But your stomach doesn't digest itself because it's coated with a protective mucus layer. Every 20 seconds, your stomach contracts, churning your meal into a creamy soup called chyme. But while this is happening, a chemical drama unfolds. Hydrochloric acid activates an enzyme called pepsin, which breaks down proteins into smaller fragments. Another enzyme, gastric lipase, begins digesting fats. And here's where it gets fascinating for anyone over 50. As we age, our stomach produces less acid and enzymes, which means slower digestion, less absorption of nutrients, and more bloating or fatigue after eating. So if you've ever wondered why your metabolism isn't what it used to be, this is where it begins. But this isn't the end of the story. It's only Act 1. After about 2 hours, the pyloric sphincter, another tiny muscle gate, opens just enough to let the chyme drip into the small intestine. What happens next is nothing short of miraculous. Here, three major forces join the scene: the liver, the gallbladder, and the pancreas. The liver, your body's most powerful multitasker, produces bile, a greenish fluid that breaks down fats into tiny droplets. The gallbladder stores this bile, releasing it like a burst of energy when you eat something fatty. Think butter, cheese, or that Sunday morning bacon. At the same time, the pancreas releases a cocktail of digestive enzymes, including trypsin, amylase, and lipase, and a special chemical called bicarbonate that neutralizes stomach acid. Together, these secretions transform that messy soup into something your cells can actually use. Inside the walls of your small intestine are millions of villi and microvilli, tiny, finger-like projections that absorb nutrients. If you could stretch them all out, they'd cover an area the size of a tennis court. This is where your body takes what it needs: glucose for energy, amino acids for repair, fatty acids for warmth, vitamins and minerals for life itself. And here's a secret most people don't know. When you eat, your gut isn't just feeding you. It's feeding trillions of bacteria that live inside you, your microbiome. Your gut is home to an entire ecosystem, a community of microbes so vast that they outnumber your human cells 10 to 1. And what you eat determines which ones thrive and which ones die. Fiber, for instance, is their favorite meal. When you eat vegetables, beans, or oats, your gut bacteria ferment the fiber and produce compounds called short-chain fatty acids, which protect your colon, balance your immune system, and even influence your mood. Yes, your gut and your brain talk to each other every single day through something called the gut-brain axis. So that gut feeling you get before an important decision? It's not just intuition, it's biology. Scientists now know that an unhealthy gut can trigger anxiety, depression, and even memory issues, all because the communication lines between your digestive tract and your brain become disrupted. So the next time you feel off, it might not be in your head, it could be in your gut. By age 50, your digestive system has processed around 40 tons of food and produced over 10,000 gallons of digestive juices. That's the equivalent of filling an entire swimming pool with what's gone through your body. But as the years pass, the machinery slows down. The stomach's acid weakens, the intestinal muscles lose strength, and the diversity of gut bacteria begins to decline. That's why many older adults struggle with bloating, constipation, nutrient deficiencies, and slower metabolism. Your body still works beautifully, but it needs more care, more balance, and more mindful choices. So what can you do? Let's pause our microscopic journey for a moment and look at your plate. Every meal you eat is a message to your body. A salad packed with colors says, "Let's heal." A processed snack says, "Let's survive." And over time, your body keeps score. Think of your gut as a garden. What you plant determines what grows. Add more fiber, not just for digestion, but because it's the fertilizer your good bacteria need. Include fermented foods like yogurt, sauerkraut, or kefir. They replenish your gut's healthy microbes. Stay hydrated. Water helps move everything along, preventing that uncomfortable slowdown. And don't underestimate movement. A 15-minute walk after a meal can dramatically improve digestion and blood sugar control, something that becomes more important with every passing year. You don't have to eat perfectly. You just have to eat consciously, because every bite is a conversation with your body, one that shapes how you feel tomorrow, next month, and even 10 years from now. As the small intestine finishes its work, what remains passes through the ileocecal valve into the large intestine. Here, water is reabsorbed, and your gut bacteria get one last meal: the leftover fiber your body couldn't digest. These bacteria ferment what's left, producing vitamins like K and B12, and creating the gas that makes us human. Yes, that gas. What's amazing is how efficient this final stage is. Almost every drop of water is recycled, every usable nutrient extracted, until what's left becomes waste. ready to be excreted through the rectum. It's not glamorous, but it's the natural conclusion of a cycle that keeps you alive, a system of precision and harmony that never truly rests. Here's something to think about the next time you sit down for a meal. Every burp, every growl, every gurgle. It's your body talking to you. The stomach growl you hear in a quiet room? That's peristalsis, those rhythmic muscle contractions we talked about earlier. Continuing even when you're not eating, cleaning out leftover debris from your intestines. The occasional heartburn, or that sluggish feeling after a heavy dinner. It's your body saying, "I'm working harder than I should." If you listen closely, your body tells you everything you need to know. You just have to slow down long enough to hear it. Now, take a moment to imagine your body from a distance. Billions of cells, thousands of reactions per second. All powered by one simple act, eating. From the moment food touches your tongue to the moment waste leaves your body, it's a process of perfect engineering. One that connects your past, present, and future. Every flavor you've ever loved, every family meal, every quiet breakfast, they've all shaped your inner world in ways you never knew. And the choices you make today, even the smallest ones, can rewrite your body's story. Because digestion isn't just about food. It's about life itself. So, the next time you eat, remember this. Inside you, there's an ancient system working tirelessly, moment by moment, to keep you alive. Honor it. Feed it well. And it will reward you with energy, clarity, and time. More time to do what truly matters. If this journey inside your body fascinated you, don't forget to subscribe to How Food Works and share this video with someone you care about. Because the more we understand our bodies, the better we can live in them. Until next time, eat mindfully, live fully, and keep exploring how food works.